Sup, my name is Ryu for the Council Network. Before we get straight into this Arrow Season 4 video, my apologies for not uploading a lot sooner. We got the new computer in, things have been great with it. I've been putting it through the ringer, because I'm trying to figure out scheduling for the Council Network. So, we're going to be at least 4 to 5 videos a week now. I have plenty of content to post out to you guys, so trust me, it's going to be great. We got a lot of great TV shows, but today we're talking about Arrow and the hype size for Season 4. And some things you may have missed in basically the first 3 seasons. So there's actually a few mentions, before we get into like the Season 4 stuff, there's actually a few mentions of Coast City throughout Seasons 1 through 4. And I don't know if you guys follow Mark something, Gumabayer on Twitter there, but he posted Coast City picture out, and I should be having it up there. So basically, what's actually interesting about this is that's the home of the Green Lantern, and it's kind of what the Green Lantern says. So we'll have to see if Green Lantern pops up. I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows? You never know with DC anymore. So let's talk about basically some mentions and plot lines that could happen in Season 4. We know Damien Dark's the big bad. We know that's going to be a thing. We know Star City it's Star City now, not Starling City. It was named because of Star City because of Ray Palmer. And he's obviously missing, but everyone thinks he's dead, so, because of the explosion. Malcolm Merlin is going to basically help these guys out, but, you know, use his own little thing to, like, his own tactics, make it useful for himself. Oh, you want, you know, Sarah back? We could do it because Constantine's here. He's going to be in one of the seasons. It's going to be one of the episodes very early on, and go from there. But Season 4 is going to open up with Oliver and Felicity in Coast City, relaxing, you know, no Green Arrow, no anything. I do want to touch upon the Diggle costume, which I will in a few. So, let's talk about the mentions of Coast City. In Season 1, we had 4 mentions of Central City, which was hinting about them probably working around the Flash. Now, Oliver also has a child. If you remember from Season 1, he has a child. Sooner or later, that's going to come up, because that kid is in Coast City. And I believe Coast or Central City, it's one of the two. And that kid's probably, going by timeline-wise, 6 to 10 years old. So, sooner or later, you know, Oliver is probably going to boop eventually. I think that's, when the show fully is done with its run, I think that would be something that may happen. That would be how it happens. And my pooch is upset about that. He doesn't want to end. Alright. Going over my notes. So, Walter is still alive. I hope they bring him back this season, in all seriousness. It would be cool to see about it. Now, the one thing I didn't understand, and maybe we'll get in the flashbacks, was during Season 2 that Slade knew about Argus's tactics and how they, you know, what they do. How exactly did he know? I know he was, you know, part of the Australian, like, military government thing, but how would he know? So that's something I feel like they should touch upon eventually. Definitely something I'd be happy with. Felicity is going to definitely see more time, more screen time this time. That picture of the freaking Arrow Cave, though, I am so hyped, man. I'm so hyped. I'm hoping we get a Wildcat appearance. He was in Season 3. Technically he was there. He stopped being it, but, like, you know, the whole costume kind of thing. We're probably going to see the Lazarus Pit side effects finally. I've been dying and itching to know exactly how fucked up, you know, Sarah Lance is going to come back out. She can't just come out normal. Diggle's sort of becoming the Guardian. He's got that Magneto helmet, but it's got the shield that goes down. It's more riot gear than anything, which makes sense for him. But again, he's not the Guardian. I feel, you know, he's close. If he was to take on a persona, it would be the Guardian. It would be the closest thing. And he would probably, it wouldn't make sense. I don't know why. To me, it wouldn't make sense. I think he's just cool as the guy who doesn't have to go out in a costume. But I understand he needs to hide his identity, so it's fine. The one thing I am wondering about Season 4, though. Will Captain Lance find out about Sarah being back, and how will the chemistry between them work? The chemistry between the entire cast. We know for a fact, from what's been basically, you know, shared with us, is the fact that Captain Lance has the, you know, anti-vigilante task force in go, so we have to see how that plays out. Hey, your daughter's back alive. You could stop chasing us down. Fuck no. You know, you killed her, brought her back, and she could die again because you sick fucks. I mean, you know, as a father, I'd probably think the same thing. So, will Argus eventually become a protagonist? That's something I am still wondering. Because, to be fair, they don't really play on the good or the bad side. They kind of play in the middle. So, it'd be interesting to see. Where the fuck is Walter, please? Where's Walter? He, like, the last time we saw him was season 2, Mira's death. He's been gone. You're the stepfather to these kids, you know. Well, they're not kids anymore, they're adults. But wouldn't you want to be part of their lives? It's kind of like he just fell off the face of the earth. Maybe, you know, you went on some trip, but they should have mentioned it. I mean, it feels like one of those little things that kind of got left out, and it happens. You know, with certain shows, it just happens. I want to know, basically, just what exactly happened to him. Maybe that's stupid, you know, to me. Maybe it's stupid to you, but I just want to know. And, it's kind of one of those things. So, Damien Darhk's going to bring a lot of magic onto Arrow, and it's going to be interesting to see that. And I think pretty early on, we're going to see him in the basically the first couple of episodes, if anything, because the first episode is titled Green Arrow. If you've looked on Twitter, you could see it. So, it's definitely something that I'm hyped about. I'm kind of interested to see who else they bring on the show, hero-wise. I know there was one character. I don't really know his character too well. So, it's definitely something. But, I would hope for, you know, basically us to get Green Lantern. I don't see that happening. I think we'll get Carol Ferris, and that's as close as Green Lantern as you'll get. I think that's going to be the closest. She'll, like, oh, you know, maybe they'll drop a, you know, line of it. I just don't see it happening. The League of Assassins, I don't know where they're going with it. I feel Malcolm Merlyn eventually will become a villain again, where, you know, he's plot device where he, you know, he's got to be dealt with, or he'll help them against Damien Darhk, but he'll get more power because of it. I think that's going to be something that leading into season 5, 6, eventually we'll see that. And for anyone who thinks that they probably won't get 5 or 6 seasons, I highly doubt that it would ever be an issue, considering this and Flash are their, like, highest rating shows. Now, it was mentioned that Legends of Tomorrow, before I close this video off, is going to cross over between Arrow and Flash. So, the interesting part here that it's going to cross over is, will Vandal Savage actually have a role in, you know, Arrow Flash first? You know, in those separate seasons, or is it just going to be a one-time thing? I feel like that scene we saw, you know, where basically it was supposed to be the, you know, to get us used to the idea of it, where Arrow and Flash are on there talking to, you know, basically the cast of Legends of Tomorrow. That was actually filmed prior to season 4 and season 2 of Flash and Arrow, respectively, being filmed. So that's actually going to be completely refilmed, so that's not going to be used. So it's a thing. Just say it's a thing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of this video. If you want to see more Arrow stuff, I have videos coming out for Arrow once we get to the season 4. Damien Darhk wasn't a huge character, but I'm interested to see what they do with him.